Hello and welcome to the Incomplete series, your incomplete guide to every TV show you've never watched. This is the podcast where we watch the very first episode of a TV series and then the very last episode of a TV series, and then we wildly speculate as to what happened. With us, as always, is Jeremy Wiseman. Jerome, you're looking handsome today.
Really? Thank you. I had a haircut this week.
I noticed.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't bring it up until now, though. So
yeah, well, I wanted the listeners to hear. So, but it's nice to see
you
your face.
Describe the haircut to the listeners.
It's sort of dark blonde, kind of faded on the sides.
That wasn't
slightly slick back with a bit of a cowlick going on. You look like you're 14 again,
Very handsome.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's not get bogged down on that. Aaron, you are looking stoic as normal.
Thank you, Morgan.
Standard.
Handsome? No?
No, you don't get that.
No, I'd say grizzledly. You grizzled. Yeah. Anyway,
delightful. I asked for the grizzled haircut this week.
That's what you got. They got the Grizzly Adams.
Shave it all off the top of your head and glue it to your face.
Yeah.
And Scott looking very cute and adorable as always.
Oh, thanks. That's not what I asked for either, but I'll take it.
No worries, champ.
That was very unsettling.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say, so I went with something really creepy. And I'm Morgan, and I always look great.
Oh, okay.
You guys can shower me with comments now if you like.
No, yeah.
Oh, that's
So if anyone here needs a haircut, it's you.
I just had a haircut. Let's not get a whole thing about my hair. Now, have you guys recovered since our last little foray into teen drama? What was the OC?
Yeah, I think I've mostly forgotten about it. It was a forgettable show for me.
Wasn't it? I know it meant a little bit more to you, but I
meant a lot.
Yeah, but I think that last episode was just so dull.
Yeah,
it just killed everything else.
What about what was his name? Rifle or something?
Yeah,
Gun?
Rifle Bill.
What's his name? Bullet.
Bang. Oh, he was the best.
What
character
a Bullet?
by a while.
Come on, he's left the lasting
I had since
impression.
talked to people. He was a very hated character, from what I understand.
Yeah,
because he made no sense.
Yeah, he's great.
The fact that you guys found that the most engaging part is really frustrating. Because I absolutely love the first season.
He's the wildest character.
And the last season was just trash.
And they had Bullet in there.
Yeah,
Bang.
exactly. Bang.
But he's just hilarious. But moving on from that, I actually been distracted recently. I've been checking out this new show on Netflix, that 13 Reasons Why. Speaking of teen dramas.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah, I'm pretty hooked.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good actually. I thought it'd been recommended to me, but I thought it was going to be hot garbage because it was just a teen drama. But it's actually very engaging and it's quite the emotional roller coaster.
You have the emotional intelligence of a 15-year-old, so I can see how you would relate to it.
Yeah, I mean, I that's why I think that's why I connected with Beauty and the Beast, because Vincent me and him had that same empathetic power.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, emotional intelligence of a 15-year-old isn't a compliment. I'm not saying that you have a heightened sense.
He doesn't have
enough
intelligence.
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
I like that you hear words and your brain converts
Aaron, what's he saying? I don't understand.
Aaron? Don't worry, Morgan. You're wonderful.
Just converts it into a compliment. You just hear what you want to hear.
Exactly. I'm impervious to your insults. But yeah, I'll be checking that out, and it's really good. So I'd highly recommend it. You guys looking at any new interesting shows of late?
No, I've just been rewatching old shows, to be honest.
Or right anything new?
I've got season 3 of Fargo on the shelf ready to go, but I just haven't delved into it yet.
I haven't heard good things about the new Fargo, which kind of
it's got Ewan McGregor. He plays twins.
I know. That's what worries me the most.
What do you mean?
Well, hey, if that
he was a
doesn't work.
Jedi, Morgan.
I know. Hey, I can only go off the information that I have.
I have been listening to the soundtrack for the musical Groundhog Day pretty much non-stop for the last couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah, it is incredible.
What's this now? Give me what?
You know Groundhog Day?
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Tim Minchin?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he wrote a musical based on the movie Groundhog Day.
I have seen it.
Yeah, Morgan told me
I saw it in the UK.
Have you seen it?
I have not. I've only heard it.
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's actually amazing. I was really... Because I went with my girlfriend and we were wondering how they were going to make it all work stage-wise, but they adapt it perfectly. It's really, really, really funny. And the whole setup's great.
Scott, have you got any...
I've been, much like yourself, Jez, just watching old episodes of shows I've already seen. We're watching a bit of The Practice.
Oh, yeah. We've been in The Practice with Dylan McDermott.
Dylan McDermott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
D McD.
Yeah, I love a bit of the... Sure.
D McD.
Why not?
I think he's been referred to as that
As he's known in the industry, D McD.
Obviously.
Get him on the case.
Give me D McD.
But I went to dinner last night with my cousins, and one of them was telling me that he was going on a Star Trek cruise. And so it turns out, I've got the page up here. We'll link this on the show page. But it's
cool.
Star Trek The Cruise 2. So they had one last year. It was hosted by William Shatner.
Oh, no way.
This year it's hosted by George Takei.
Oh,
Did he
awesome.
buy tickets to this, or was he?
Yeah, he's going.
Okay.
He's going this time
Were
around.
they expensive?
I have a feeling they were probably very, very expensive.
I get
How
that
long's
feeling
the
as well.
cruise?
Let's see. Voyage 1 is 1st of May next year to...
Start date 2018.
Oh, no, hang on. I'm reading this like an American date, so it's like 5 months.
Oh, yeah.
No, it goes from the 5th to the 11th of January 2018.
So not
So
from
6 days.
Not 6 months.
No,
Not
no.
from May to November.
Six. Whereabouts? Where's
6
the cruise?
days.
Through the
Well,
Caribbean or
I don't know.
something?
This is through space.
Through space.
Yeah.
I would
time.
assume.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's Voyage 1.
So, yeah, apparently I was informed that there's going to be quite a few people there. Brent Spiner's going to be there.
Oh.
John Delancey, your boy, Morgan, he's going to be there.
Nah,
You were in. You're in.
I was
John
in,
Doe.
I was in, and then you said John Delancey.
What am I going
Now
to do
I'm
with
off in.
these tickets, Morgan?
Well, give him to Jez.
I don't want him.
Him and George can go. Give me a couples weekend.
Nah. I told you how I feel about Data. I find him strange.
You can ask him all the questions that we that we
Maybe
had.
we can go together, and I'll hang out with Brent Spiner.
Why is there
and
only
John
one of
Delancey.
you? What's with the colour of your skin?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
not get into the whole Brent Spiner thing again. I
Yeah,
like Brent
okay,
Spiner.
alright.
Yeah. So anyway, like Beverly Crusher's going to be there.
Oh, right
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
So did he go last year?
I don't think he went last year.
Okay.
I think it's probably pretty difficult to get a ticket, I would imagine.
And also, where is it?
international waters. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And why is it?
Yeah.
Because
Same
people are
answer.
massive fans.
And why would these actors agree to go on this?
I
Trapped on
assume
a
they're
boat
getting
with-
paid $1 squillion
Okay,
because
yeah.
if they can get maybe, let's say, I don't know, 1,100 people on this cruise, is that too much? Is it not?
No,
That's about. That
I
seems
don't,
about
I don't know
right.
what these
And
voyages
and tickets are like $7,000.
Yeah.
Are they? Is that how much they are?
Well,
Cruises
I don't
are
know,
expensive.
It's a 6-day cruise.
Yeah.
Food,
Okay.
entertainment. Like
Brent
these people
Spiner.
would be getting a lot of
John
a lot of
Delancey.
dosh. John Delancey's not making that much money
No,
these
I-
No,
days.
he's paid to go. He's a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just signing out.
So everyone walking
Selling
past
his
him.
own handmade merch.
Brent, talk to me, Brent.
Okay, well, anyway, let's move into the episode and talk about what we actually watched this time around. So we sort of we moved into some interesting territory. Our first sort of we stepped out of the United States and we went to Germany. Daz, what did we watch?
We did not go to Germany.
We went to Austria.
Was it Austrian?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, there we go. That's my
Can
first
you not
mistake.
tell the difference, Morgan?
Apparently not.
Yeah, no.
We
I
watched-
blame you.
Kommissar Rex, aka Inspector Rex, the procedural crime show running from the mid-90s, an SBS classic.
Apparently, Australia was one of the countries outside of Austria where it did the best. It was
Okay.
most well received here.
Yeah.
I think this is like the second highest viewership per country or something like that. It's insane. I don't know why.
After Austria.
After Austria, yeah.
That's
That
really
maybe
good.
they just people got confused and they saw the brand new Austrian drama, Inspector Rex coming up, and everyone's like, "Oh, great, a new Australian drama. I guess I'll watch it."
Yeah. But they were on SBS, so they probably would have known it was foreign.
like the Dumb and Dumber type, Austria, Australia,
Oh, right.
classic.
I think people just like the dog. I think it's a very simple explanation for me.
I thought that would have appealed to you, Morgan.
And it did. It really. This is why the show appeals to me so much. As you know, I have a real affinity for dogs.
Yeah.
I believe you yourself are part dog,
Yes, I am. I am 16% canine. I don't
Really?
know. That's why I've got that heightened sense of smell.
like 1/8.
What's that?
Is that 1/8? About 1/8?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, but it was a blending experiment. Back from my Voyager days. But let's not
So
get.
you weren't born that way.
No, my DNA's been spliced with Gordon's set of DNA.
I assume you funded that yourself.
What's that? Yeah, I did. The worst part about it is I don't have any sweat glands, so I have to just breathe heavily the whole time when I get hot.
It was either that or the Star Trek cruise.
Yeah, exactly.
You made a
It was a
choice.
fairly obvious choice.
Gotta live with
It's,
No dogs allowed on the
No,
cruise.
of course
so.
So be a dog.
exactly. It was the Inspector Rex tour.
I'll show them. I'll become a dog and go on the cruise. See if their rules hold up now.
But okay, what did you guys know about Inspector Rex going in?
Like, I knew a bit about it, but I just would have seen odd episodes and I
Yeah.
couldn't really piece.
I always assumed it was probably quite a highbrow show because it was on SBS. I assumed like SBS and ABC were just all quite a high level of quality of show, and then all the commercial TV stations were the trash. But not the case.
No, SBS is not HBO.
Not
No,
quite.
it's
it's
no.
nice, yeah, it's
It's not all erotic tales.
No. Well, Scott, what did you know about Commissar Rex going in?
Yeah, like had only caught some late night episodes.
I'd seen, same as you guys, just seen bits and pieces. Look, should we just dive into episode 1?
Yeah, let's do it.
Inspector Rex, or Kommissar Rex for the Germans playing at home, opens with a bomb going off in a terrace cafe in Vienna. Rex and his handler chase down the suspect. However, both are shot and his handler is killed. Our hero, a feathered-haired Moser, incapacitates the perp. It turns out, Rex will never love again, so is destined to be euthanized. But Moser, being the hero that he is, steps in and adopts Rex, much to his partner Stocky's disappointment. They set out to solve the mystery of the bomber. The victim was a businessman trading with the East. When he sought to reclaim the dividends of his transactions, he was killed. His murderer, the man who shot Rex, is under police watch in a hospital and has his life support switched off by a dark-haired woman with a limp posing as a doctor. Through some crack dog detective work, Rex finds out the woman is the supposedly wheelchair-bound Mrs. Werner, the accountant responsible for all the transactions. They've solved the case, and Rex has proved himself indispensable and has earned a spot by Moser's side. That's episode 1 of Inspector Rex.
So Moser's relationship with Stocky is Stocky's like the whipping boy for some
he
reason?
clearly has no respect for Stocky whatsoever.
So what name are you saying for
his
Rex's new handler?
What's his name?
Are you saying Moser?
It's Moser.
Richard Moser.
Yeah, Richard Moser.
Richard, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Moser. They call
Yeah.
him Moser, right? He's a detective.
Yeah.
No detectives
They
ever
don't
have
have
first names. Yeah.
All these European names confuse me.
And
Yeah,
that
it's a
fat
struggle.
detective that never leaves his... Like, actually does not stand up at any point in,
Yeah.
in the whole episode. he can't. No. He's just got couch sores all over his back.
Anyway, like the Stocky is just... There's that scene where he's carrying all the files out. They're doing some crack detective work. He's carrying all the files down the stairs. Moses just carrying like one and a sandwich or something because they've all got a sandwich on them at all times.
Always have ham sandwiches in their pockets.
In their
constantly.
pocket.
It seemed like that was one of
No
like
wonder
that was a part when they come up with the show. Like
Yeah.
it's like, and there has to be a ham sandwich.
just like
every
crowbarring
single
in that
scene.
Are they
bit.
sponsored by ham sandwiches or is it standard
Just
issue
ham sandwiches in general.
in the Austrian police force? It's just like, oh yeah, everyone knows
love
you
them-
carry
they
your
do love
badge,
their
your gun, and your
ham
ham sandwich.
You're off the force. Give me the sandwich.
No wonder the dogs are always attracted to them. They're
Yeah.
just carrying heaps of raw meat in their pockets all the times.
Anyway, this guy is like, Stocky goes to open the door himself and he's carrying like a pile of files
Comically
above
high.
his head. Yeah,
Yeah.
comically high. And he's like, no, let me do it. And then he just gets in the car and starts driving off. And he's got to like toss them all in the back and then he goes to get in and he drives off again. He's just like he's
bully.
constantly, he just comes and like eats his food as well. He'll get
Yeah.
up from his desk and go to do something. He'll just sit down and start drinking his coffee and eating his food. He's just rampant workplace bullying. He gets locked out when they go to investigate this Miss Werner's house, Mrs. Werner. He just like locks the gate, leaves him out the front. Doesn't tell him why. He's not like, oh, you just keep a watch. He just shuts the gate and then walks off.
You'd think he was the dog, at that rate.
Maybe that's...
Stocky gets a bit back at him by just throwing constant jabs about his how he's divorced now.
Yeah, he
And
really-
then Richard
yeah.
just flips out as soon as he mentions it and just chases him around. It's really tightly wound about that.
Also, in the divorce, why did Moser just get no furniture? Like, how did that happen?
That's the prenup.
He got,
get-
his, he
you
got
get-
his trophies. He got
Yeah,
a couch and a mattress.
And a mattress. That's
Yeah.
all you get.
Yeah.
in the
And the
divorce.
apartment.
But why did she get all the furniture? Like, surely you get the house and the furniture.
Why do you take the bed frame and not the mattress?
Yeah, that seems odd.
I'm having that bed frame.
Sure, he's
Yeah.
earning quite a bit as a detective. He can fit out a house with
I'm
some
sure.
basic fittings.
But I tell you what it is. This is the from what's that movie with Val Kilmer and Robert De Niro? Heat. It's the heat syndrome, and Bill Simmons says it in that podcast. Bill Simmons, they did a podcast about heat, and he said when Robert De Niro's apartment, he's got no furniture. You go over that man's apartment and there's no furniture. That's an immediate red flag.
Yeah.
Because you don't just get around to buying furniture. You kind of have it or you don't. Like, there's
Yeah.
no reason that he has an apartment with no furniture in there.
Yeah.
Surely the divorce clearly happened some time ago. He hasn't gotten around to buying furniture. That's come on,
Very
that's
similar
bullshit.
to the guy in The Wire. What's his name?
McNulty.
McNulty.
Yeah, actually,
He's the
that's
same.
what, yeah.
Recent divorcee. He's got like a shitty apartment with like no furniture.
Yeah, but at least he's a raging alcoholic, so that sort of
true.
explains it.
It's different in Heat though because Robert De Niro lives in like a multi-million-dollar house on the
Apartment with
ocean.
nothing in it.
Moses addicted to ham sandwiches. That can be just as crippling as alcoholism.
Rum ham.
The woman who turned out to be killing everyone for all the money, she had such a sick burn when they went to her house. and they were like questioning her to see like, oh, where were you on the night of something, saying blah blah blah, and she was like, I was at home, and then so like, do you have any proof or anything? And she like just rolls out in her wheelchair and she's like, would you gentlemen like a seat? It was such a burn.
It's pretty. I wish I understood what she was saying. Like, so I could hear it. It just didn't have the same effect reading in the subtitle.
You gotta look up. You gotta look down at the subtitle. Look up.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I did enjoy the end of that scene when they're walking out and Stocky's like, "Oh, it's such a shame to be so rich but be disabled." It's like, oh, what a waste of all that money.
What? It's like the best time to have lots of money. Like
Austrians love their skiing. She's got no chance of going skiing.
But she was fake disabled, right?
they said she was like she was like psychosomatically in a wheelchair, like that. Like that. I didn't say that right, but. She wasn't there from a physical injury. She was in her head. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else find it really odd that in the opening credits the song was in English?
Yeah.
The song about the dog was in English. It was odd. Like, and then the rest of the show's in German or Austrian rather. But
It's German. It's just
German.
German.
It's all German. God, now I just sound like an idiot. Anyway, did anyone else find that odd?
Yeah.
English
A
song.
little strange.
I was too distracted by the opening shot of Rex jumping through a window pane.
Smashing into a million pieces and him being completely fine.
Yeah.
Those credits are hilarious, though.
Oh, they're so cheesy.
It's so cheesy.
So cheesy.
Ham and cheesy.
No girl can say.
I did like, the opening scene where there's the chase and Rex gets shot, just like right in the shoulder, his front shoulder.
Yeah.
And
As opposed to his back shoulders?
well, I don't know. I suppose they're hips and shoulders. Do dogs have hips and shoulders?
Hips and shoulders.
Okay, it's not two sets of shoulders or two front hips.
Yeah, his shoulders.
Let's not get into the whole anatomy of the dog. Let's just talk about the scene.
You may not know European geography, Morgan, but you do know dog anatomy.
I do.
He's part dog.
Yeah.
I am part dog.
Anyway, Rex took that shot like a champ.
Really did.
Yeah, right in the shoulder, and then he's just limping
I
around.
think it skimmed him. I don't think
I don't know.
But
he went down.
Skin.
Yeah, and then he's just like limping out,
Still
and one of the officers just like to the medic taking out the dying human. He's like, "Oh, can you also check him out?"
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
He's like,
once
okay,
I'm done
sure.
with the person, I'll deal with the dog.
It's like done with a dead person.
Yeah,
I feel like someone should have... Well, the guy's dead. Like, tend to the dog first, maybe.
They're just making him limp out.
Yeah. Poor dog's limping around, bleeding all over the place. The guy's dead. Like, you're not
Yeah.
going to make him undead.
And as we saw from the episode, the dog's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, he's the most important
gets
person.
a lot done.
Yeah.
Or dog in that... in the Vienna police force.
He may as well
Yeah.
be. He may as well be a person.
Might as well.
In that opening scene as well, when the bomb goes off and the bomber is trying to get down the lift, and there's all the patrons trying to like scramble through to get out of the building, and he's just like, he's in the lift first, just pressing the closed door button panically, and there's all his hands scrambling through. Like it's a 1980s zombie movie or something. It's like, closed door.
It reminded me so much of Dawn of the Dead, the 78 version.
But then as soon as he's in there and they're waiting for the elevator to go down, everybody is silent, just standing there like elevator etiquette. Just like, well, no, we can't say anything now.
So it's like, just relax around. It'll get
Shut
down
up.
there.
Shut up, Marjorie. We're going down to the floor.
And we could start losing our shit again when the doors
Now the doors are open.
And in between that time of them getting into the elevator, coming down, the entire Vienna police force is there.
Yeah.
They're all there. Rex is already upstairs. The response time is phenomenal.
Dogs are quick.
Within seconds. They've mobilised the dog squad. They've mobilised everything. Like I imagine it would be a quick response, but I don't think you get everyone there within a minute of it happening.
And their first reaction as well is they send all these sniffer dog police in, and then not to like assess the damage and maybe tend to the victims. It's just like, all right, let's just kick the corpses out of the way. Let's find this guy.
Yeah, which we have no idea whether he blew it
Don't
up
worry about
or
all
not.
these people bleeding out in the ground.
Yeah, and the burnt corpses are out there in the front. Yeah, it's a very weird response.
Yeah.
There's no medical assistance at all until the
They're
police
gone.
officer gets shot.
Do we want to dive into the final episode?
I think that would be most prudent.
The final episode of Inspector Rex opens with a very similar intro to the first episode. Police officers giving cheesy smiles whilst Rex jumps through a window pane. However, something is different. All of the actors have changed, including Rex. Rex's handler is now Mark, not Richard. There's Fritz, who's a new, bumbling ham sandwich eating officer. And Rex, formerly portrayed by Santo Vomhaus Ziegelmeier, is now played by the younger, sexier model, Rhett Butler. We find ourselves at an amateur ice hockey game, where one of the players, Kurt, is accused of doping. Shortly after the game, One of the other players, Fuchs, is chased to his death, falling through a ventilation shaft at the rink. Enter Inspector Mark Hoffman and Inspector Rex. They begin questioning everybody involved with the team. Hilbert, the team's new coach, informs them that the old coach, Kalinowski, has been on the run from the police after providing the players with steroids. The team's owner, Mr. Newman, the owner of a local refrigeration empire, puts pressure on them to solve the case. They get a hot tip on Kalinowski's whereabouts, but he seemingly slips out before they get to the scene. Rex gets a scent and chases down the suspect right before a shadowy figure pushes the man in front of an oncoming truck. Although it turns out that it wasn't Kalinowski, but his old assistant, Stefik. Naturally, Rex is blamed for pushing Stefik into oncoming traffic and is suspended. Mark is also suspended for some uncouth detective work, but that doesn't stop them from discovering a portable steroid cooking lab along with Kalinowski's body in the freezer room. It's Coach Hilbert who's been making the steroids, and he knocks Mark out, leaving him locked in the freezer room. With the help of Kurt and Rex, Mark manages to escape and apprehend Hilbert. It turns out that he killed Kalinowski and was using his identity to sell steroids to his team, but he had to kill a few of them to keep the operation on the down low. Mark and Rex get reinstated and live to fight crime another day.
Can I just say that Kunz's name is very unfortunate?
Kunz.
Fritz Kunz.
Yeah.
Fritz
Yeah.
Kunz.
Yeah. It's asking for trouble.
Sounds unfortunate to us.
Yeah, it's probably fine over
That's
there.
true.
Maybe it's fine there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got it on good authority that that's
Yeah.
that's a weird name in Austria.
I just love how they make him, they make another joke character, like a big bumbling
Yeah.
fat detective.
He is exactly the same as Stocky in the first episode.
Exactly.
He's
Just
just
someone-
different actor, different
Yeah.
character.
Just like when he's like just
Same ham
he's-
sandwich.
He's got the same ham sandwich, and then Rex just completely takes it off him without any difficulty whatsoever. It's embarrassing.
So they're in the office and Kunza's just taunting Rex with the ham sandwich.
Yeah.
That's a very
is he doing
poor
that?
way to run a canine unit.
Yeah. What is he doing that for?
And why even? Like,
Yeah.
has he got some sort of vendetta with the dog?
The reason why is not, it's more meta than what was simply going on in the show. And this is a theory that I've been working on, is that it's quite basic level of humour going on in the show. We saw it in the first episode. We saw it in the last one. It's just slapstick. And Europeans, for whatever reason, love slapstick humour. So it's just, they need a bumbling fat guy to be basically just the butt of these stupid, you're spilling your lunch, or the dog comes and eats your lunch, or I don't know what else is
Lunch-related slapstick.
Lunch-related
specifically.
slapstick.
It's very niche.
Surely there's something else. Does he slip over at some point? Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember.
There's three major consistencies from the first episode to this very last one, and that is it's a police show, there's a dog, and there's ham sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like, that's
all
the
you need
three
to know.
constants.
If you take out one of those elements, the fans will riot.
Oh, absolutely.
The essence of Rex.
Pretty much. Can we just talk about quickly? And there's a scene of it. They love a falling fake body as well.
Yeah.
They just the corpses, the fake corpses they use are just ridiculously bad.
So you're talking about when Fuchs
Falls through the
ventilation shaft and
on
onto
the
the
rink.
ice.
Yeah.
It's a very jarring cut from hockey practice to him just running from a mysterious stranger already covered in blood through.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's absolutely no setup as to why. Like, he has a bit of an exchange with this other dude, the hockey
Kurt,
trainer.
who's hopped up on all the steroids.
And then next scene, he's just like running along in the dark, covered in blood, like horror movie style, and
Yeah.
then gets pushed through
Why
a
didn't they
vent.
just open then?
So
Yeah.
Kurt is the hockey player at the start who had the knee injury but didn't feel any pain.
Yeah.
So
Was on
these
some sort of
performance-enhancing drugs just basically take away
He just doesn't feel
your pain.
pain.
No, it's,
Yeah.
that was one of the side effects. There, what's the main guy called in this one?
Rex.
Mark.
No.
Mark.
Mark is Rex's handler in this.
Yeah,
season.
Mark. Well, he goes to the lab to see that woman who's in the credit sequence, and this is her only appearance in the show.
Yep.
And she's like, the side effects are you're impervious to pain. It's like a regular steroid. One of the side effects is like, I don't know, like
Okay.
drowsiness probably. And then I was like, oh, you're immortal. But that's a side effect. That's not an
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
intended.
they
Yeah.
wanted.
Because it seems like he's really misusing that drug then, because like that's not longevity.
No.
Like eventually,
If
your
wanna
knee's
get
just going to
through-
cave in.
Yeah, if you
and you're
want
not
to
going
get
to be
through
able to
one
use it.
game, that'll probably help.
It's
but then your leg
terrible.
will fall off.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you won't notice.
Oh, I thought you meant the guys selling the drug and misusing it. Like, it shouldn't be used for sports injuries. You sell that to, like,
The
Who
army.
knows what? Yeah, the army. I don't know. That could be worth millions legally, and instead they're just like peddling it to some
Minor league hockey team.
in Austria.
That's where the big
minor
money
league-
is.
Yeah.
I wanted the thing we need to talk about is just the absolute thespian work by the truck drivers.
Yeah.
When they instantly blame the dog, and the guy just puts his arm around the other truck driver, and that one has the arm around him. It doesn't say a word, just sits there, just
Wait, both those guys are in the truck.
yeah. And he's like, I saw the dog must have pushed the guy. How would you think that? How is that your first reaction? A dog pushed him, and the fact that the police suspended the dog.
You don't suspend a dog. What is the goal of that
It's
move?
manslaughter. Even if it was the dog, it's a dog.
It's not going to learn its lesson through suspension.
No, exactly. The whole thing was insane. And that guy, when they're like, the one truck driver is like freaking out. The other guy's just standing there, just stone cold, just nothing, not even saying anything. Just like the guy's like, oh, I saw the dog push him. He's like, just stands there. Doesn't
That
say
guy
anything.
just killed a man.
Yeah,
Like,
doesn't say anything. Just doesn't even care.
Maybe he was not
pretty shook
actually
up.
a part of the scene, and he was just one of the crew.
I think he's one of the crew that they roped in. For some reason, like, we should have 2 truck drivers because that makes more sense.
Yeah.
One of them's got to say something to the other one, so we'll have 2.
And it was just such a
When
weird
have you ever
scene.
seen a truck with one driver?
Oh, it's true, actually. I've never seen that.
So Rex got blamed for pushing the guy in front of the truck. And then at the very end, when his suspension's over because he solved the case, he's like, by the way, we got the results back from the lab. The guy had blood on his jacket with Rex's paw prints on it. So it proves that Rex touched him after
He got
hit by the truck.
Yeah.
But that doesn't rule out the fact that he could have touched him before he got hit by the truck.
No, exactly.
That's meaningless.
Yeah.
But the,
But why-
the
like-
chief's like, all right, you're back in as well, Rex.
Why is he getting forensics to acquit the dog?
What
a waste of resources.
There's no case to suspend the dog. The dog, there's just no way the police dog pushed some guy in front of a car.
Especially on the word of just some yokel truck drivers.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely pushed it. That's insane.
And the entire police office is this huge room, like, could fit hundreds of desks. And there's just 2 guys sitting there.
Yeah. And the dog.
And just Rex.
Yeah.
It's
They're clearly
and
very
the chief just
understaffed.
wanders in and just gives them a piece of their mind.
Yeah.
Aaron, they've got
You just got off the phone with the mayor.
a dog that has an inspector title. I think
True.
clearly their resources are running out.
Does
They
he
can't even
out-
hire people anymore.
Does Rex outrank Mark and Fritz?
Yeah, he probably answers to
No,
them.
it goes Mark, Rex, Fritz.
Yeah.
And same
Okay.
in the first one. It goes Moser, Rex, Stocky.
No.
Okay.
It goes,
That's why.
No,
That's
no.
why Rex can push him around. Steal their lunch and stuff.
The fat guy was still ahead of Stocky as well. Everyone, Stocky was well at the bottom.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He wasn't allowed to come into the crime scene. Pretty sure he was just a work experience kid.
If you've got a dog as like a police aid, do you put them in the front passenger seat of a car? Is that safe?
No.
Because there are multiple scenes where he's in the front.
Oh,
Yeah.
they've got like a cage for them.
Yeah, the
right?
dog's got to
Yeah.
have like regular police officers don't have a dog with them. That's not how it works. Because
No.
he arrives at the crime scene, opens the door, Rex just goes running around, sniffing everything, getting his fur on everything.
They sort of
That's why they have a dog
instantly.
squad. They
Yeah.
specifically call out for specific things.
They sort of
when a bomb
address
goes
this though.
off.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Send the dogs in first.
they address this. Like he's not allowed to have the dog. The dog isn't actually meant to be with him on all these cases, which is
Yeah.
why he gets suspended so easily. But which again brings me back to this because how can you suspend someone that's not even meant to be there? It's just basically his pet dog who is police trained.
By suspending it, they're validating him having the dog.
Yeah.
It's making a legitimate part of the force.
Speaking of suspension, though, both Rex and Mark end up suspended. Both continue to follow the case. That is not how you end up solving a case. That is how you get a case dismissed.
Yeah.
By
Yes.
following it when you're suspended.
That is a far too common thing in TV and movies.
It
It's
is.
like, I got to prove myself by solving the case that I was taken off.
That's not how it works.
Yeah. Back
But
to...
it's an annoying trope. It does come up
is.
on pretty much every single cheesy police show.
I mean, I'm no
Yeah.
police officer, but I'm pretty sure you can't keep working a case after you've been suspended
Yeah.
to get your job back.
think you're
That's
right.
not how it works.
It's not like, all right, you're suspended, but the condition of the suspension is
If you sneak around behind everybody's backs and,
you solve it.
steal paperwork,
You're back on the force.
yeah, obviously, it's the only way to get back.
Morgan. I know you've got a lot to say about this, but What's the old coach's name again? Kalinowski.
Yeah.
He's
for the love of God! So when Mark's showing around the Hilbert's showing Mark around the office, they just go into Kalinowski's old like office
behind a fake wall.
Which they're all very aware of. There's just packets of blood everywhere, medical equipment lying around. He's like, yeah, he finished up months ago. He's been gone for months. And no one thought it would be a good idea to clean all this medical waste up. No one thought that. I'm sorry.
No,
it's like you said earlier.
It's chilled. They're in it's all chilled. It's kept.
No one seems to really mind.
Save for a rainy day.
The thing is, okay, they never decide. Like after this guy took off and it was the whole thing, he's like gone underground. No one reported this to police. No one reported this to the anti-doping committee that the former coach has a lab set up with just and like that, like. Really, really dangerous to have. And
needles, bags of blood.
That's in a stadium where the public come in. There's just a pile of medical waste just lying down in some office, and no one's bothered to move it. Like but they're really aware of it and just show them. Yeah, so we keep the medical waste.
Oh, cool.
It's the medical waste room.
That's a clue.
Yeah. And Mark's just like, just kind of looks in there like, oh yeah, fair enough. We'll just move on to the next thing.
You could speculate about what happened in between, but we know what happened in between. It was a police procedural with a dog.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of ham sandwiches eaten.
Mm. And I'd say...
pretty much
I want to see the most creative way that he stole the ham sandwich.
I reckon he got around to like opening drawers and...
Definitely.
We did see Rex pick a lock with his mouth.
Pretty impressive.
In the first episode?
Yeah, inside a cage. And when because he was initially just depressed, didn't want to eat, didn't want to drink, he was going to die. And then Richard comes in, inspires some life into him, then he just kind of gnaws on the lock a bit and it just pops open and he just wanders off. Very talented.
Yeah,
he's
an inspector. He didn't get that rank through
exactly.
sheer luck.
There was definitely at some point when whether it was Moser being the handler or Mark being the handler or one of the many handlers that there were, the detective met a woman and the woman had a dog and there was a dual love affair. That was almost a certainty that took place at least once or twice.
I want to know as well how they handled the handover of Rex to different handlers, and did they ever acknowledge that maybe one of the Rexes died and there was a new Rex? Was he just sort of passed
I think it's the same Rex.
Passed like a torch.
Yeah. I think it's like Doctor Who, like when they change actors for the dogs.
So Rex...
I couldn't tell the difference between the two dogs.
Morgan's 16% dog and he couldn't even tell.
No, I couldn't. No. Yes. I can't sniff back in time, Jez. Well, shall we move on to reboots?
Why not?
I feel like it's not a hell of a lot of speculation with the show. It's fairly obvious what happened throughout it. Jez, you want to kick us off?
No, I'll let someone... I feel like I go first quite a bit. I'll let someone else.
All right.
Aaron, go ahead.
I'll jump into it. So I'm rebooting this bad boy as an Australian miniseries.
Ooh.
So Rex and his handler are investigating a murder at the local dog racing track.
Nice. I like where this is going already.
And in order to catch the perp, Rex has to go undercover as a greyhound.
Yes.
So there's going to be a montage of Rex training, running, getting fit like a greyhound, shave him down, getting nice and streamlined.
I'm assuming he's still a German Shepherd.
Absolutely.
They're going to disguise as a greyhound?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So he gets in shape and to get in deep with the greyhound crew. But as he gets deeper in, he discovers the horrors of the industry, that thousands of dogs are getting killed each year.
Live baiting.
Exactly. And when he finds this out, Rex just flips out into a wild rage and attacks and kills the head honcho of the greyhound racing track.
Ooh.
But in finding it out, he did expose the whole issue. So there was a big inquest. They shut down the industry. But because of Rex's indiscretion, they take his job and they send him into an early retirement.
Out on the farm.
Sounds pretty powerful.
Out on the farm. So we don't know if it's out on the farm or out on the farm.
So is
that how it ends?
Yeah.
It's ambiguous.
Yeah. So it goes like, it's first half is kind of like action, bit lighthearted training montage stuff. And then it turns and just gets real dark, like Full Metal Jacket.
So is this inspired by real events of the New South Wales dog racing industry getting shut down?
It's a dramatization of that whole situation.
Interesting.
It's called Hound Day.
Oh.
Sorry, Hound Dog Day.
Hound Dog Day. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no like repeating of days or anything. He's not stuck in a time loop. That's just because you have been listening to the Groundhog Day sound.
And it's fun to say, Hound Dog Day.
It is fun to say.
Hound Dog Day.
So I just got a German Shepherd to play Rex, and Rex's handler, the cop, is Gary Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I know exactly why you chose him, Gary Sweet, as well. Aaron and I have been recently talking a little bit about Gary Sweet and how we could apply him and his work into this podcast, but we'll
You've done it. So tick that one off.
No, we're not done. We're not done with that with Gary Sweet. Don't worry about
It was step one of a multi-stage plan.
that. Exactly.
The Gary Sweet rollout.
Yeah.
The sweetening of...
Is that the only cast member that you've got is Gary Sweet?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a
Like a villain?
villain for the head honcho who's running it. Maybe John Howard.
John Howard. He can play
Actor John Howard, not Prime Minister
Yeah.
John Howard.
Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
try
got
one,
chops.
and if we can't get him, we'll get the
You
other.
got a backup.
Yeah.
Only one of them can be doing something at any given time.
Yeah,
So
there's only
Hound,
work
dog,
for one John Howard, so...
Scott?
All right. I have also gone in the way of a mini-series. So, I think this is, going to be maybe like a 2-episode, two-parter sort of deal. So, I'm going to bring back Richard, because I preferred Richard Moser.
Yeah,
over,
me too.
Yeah, I was more of a Richard Moser guy.
Over Mark, because
Big Moser fan.
I'm a big Moser fan. A man that takes care of his hair, you got to be...
he has...
You gotta respect that.
It's very windswept.
Oh yeah, that's a daily feathering if I've ever seen one.
So Rex and Richard go and visit the Austrian Air Force to work on a joint case with the Austrian Federal Police to track down the perpetrator of a grisly murder. So Manuel Flynn was found dead in the cockpit of his VF-51, and Rex smells something on him that doesn't quite match up with the scene of the crime. And it's cinnamon, specifically cinnamon from Big Red chewing gum.
Okay.
So they discover that Flynn was having an affair with a pilot by the name of Clark Matthews, an American pilot who's just left the country. So Rex and Richard fly abroad to Tennessee to track down Matthews and bring Flynn's family justice. However, at the airport, they accidentally switch the flight tags on Rex's kennel. They switch it with an identical-looking dog set to travel to Bahrain instead. So Rich accidentally takes the other dog, whose name's Clyde, to help him solve the crime in the States, while Rex has to find his way off the Persian Gulf and back to his owner in America, and incidentally solves a few crimes along the way.
Nice.
Okay.
Hilarious.
This dog that was swapped out, is it just a regular dog?
No, yeah. No, it's another German Shepherd.
No, but he's just like...
But it's a regular dog.
He's not police trained at all.
He's not He has not achieved the rank of inspector. No, no, he is not. And so it's a TV special. It's called Top Dog.
I feel like you could get more than 2 episodes out of
You can
that.
get- you can get-
Rex
that's-
could have a lot of wacky adventures on the way.
That could be like that seems like it's a bit of a legacy series coming back
Do like a
now.
travel documentary.
Yeah.
Why Bahrain?
What Bahrain?
Do you want the real answer or
Yeah, I want
just
the real
fake it? Well, we were doing trivia the other week and we had to look up city capitals, and I was like, I'm going to do the one for Bahrain,
What's the capital?
Manama.
Okay, very good.
Fair enough.
Good.
It's on the Persian
1
Gulf.
point right there.
Does he
Hey.
fly to Manama, or... I guess the major...
He flies
international-
into Manama.
That'd be the major international
airport
airport
in
in Bahrain, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any actors in though. I just
You
realized.
just get the guy who played Moser to come back, whatever he's.
Yeah,
his name
well,
was.
yeah. Moses coming back, but then
And-
we need actors for the other two. So we need an Austrian actor to play the dead guy. Well, maybe it's just a real mangled up corpse.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need somebody for him.
Dead guy's pretty easy to play.
He's one
I'll
of the-
sub in for that.
Yeah, you want it?
You get one of the crew members. They do that a lot in Inspector X. So.
And then maybe for the American guy, we'll maybe get who's that guy from Homeland? The main
Damian
guy?
Lewis,
Yeah, is he the main guy?
with the red hair.
Damian
Yeah,
Lillard.
short.
Damian Lillard.
Yeah, the NBA.
Yeah, the NBA point guard, started point guard for Portland.
He's not doing much now.
No, he's not busy at all.
Yeah.
Off season.
But anyway, yeah, Homeland guy. I reckon. Yeah, I like the look of him.
So one thing I noticed is you're always bemoaning the fact that there's a lot of Air Force action in shows.
I know.
And you brought it in.
I know.
You're
I
the
did
top
bring it
dog.
in.
You brought in a lot recently.
I know.
Yeah.
Ghost Whisperer brought in a Top Gun thing as well.
Yeah,
I just,
this is like a weird
It's-
secret fetish you have.
it's infested into my brain. I can't get it out.
You've gone full Belisarius.
Before you mentioned that they were switched in like a normal commercial flight, I was expecting they would fly out from the Air Force base with Richard and Rex in like a fighter jet with like the big helmets on. And
Yeah, he's
just
got a dog helmet.
yeah.
Custom made.
So anyway, Top Dog. Morgan.
I like it. Well, I've gone for a series again, but I've decided just to get away from the whole police angle, and this is more of a medical-based show. So it's inspired by a show that ran for a long time. It's quite popular in the US. It's set in the US. It's about a brilliant doctor who's a dog.
Naturally.
Yeah, he's a German Shepherd, obviously, and he's got the ability to sniff out like really complicated illnesses. People like will come into hospital for like a regular thing, and he's he sniffs out the illness, and him and his team have to work on,
So his doghouse.
more or less, yeah, doghouse.
Did you steal his thunder?
What's that?
Did I just steal the thunder?
No, you haven't. You haven't. It is doghouse, more or less.
Does he have a limp?
Well, he's got no. He's like he's had 2 litters. Divorced twice.
Yeah.
Raging alcoholic.
He's missing a leg. He's one of those 3-legged.
No. He's got 4 legs. Just don't.
Is he got a
don't
wheel?
interrupt. What's that?
He's got
3 legs and a wheel.
No, he's
three
got,
wheels.
He's got 4 legs, and because of that, he got shot in the shoulder.
You got
Yeah.
three wheels and a leg.
No, he's got 4 legs. Shut up, Jess. Stop ruining this for me.
Propels himself.
Can't
in front.
steer very well.
He's only got back lefts, and he just he just goes around in circles.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad now.
Yeah, no, so he doesn't have that. He's just a regular dog, got shot in the shoulder, so he's got a bit of a limp. And the dog's name, his name's Rex Kennel. The show is called Kennel.
That's a great name.
So Rex Kennel, it's a dog house, but it's called Kennel.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he's counterpart like doctors. I mean, the names are completely doesn't really matter. But I want his partner to be Idris Elba, because I need like someone really serious like to be in like.
Yeah.
So him and Idris Elba are just like solving medical mysteries, and like he's too offside as Olivia Wilde to pull her from Straight Outta House.
It's like the third time you've brought in
And
Olivia.
I
Oh, no,
love-
sorry.
I love Olivia Wilde.
You've brought her in a couple of times.
Yeah, I know, but I don't care.
You're a
And the
big
other one
fan.
would be Jake Johnson, Nick from New Girl, just for some comic relief because he's really funny.
So does Rex? He just barks at people, and
Pretty
then
much,
everyone
yeah.
understands him.
Idris Elba can sort of
Yeah.
the fellow doctors can kind of work it out.
Yeah,
Like Chewbacca and Han Solo.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a bit like that relationship. Yeah,
yeah. That's what I was thinking with mine as well, where Rex uncovers a big mystery, and then he just like barks at Gary Sweet, and then
Gary Sweet just knows.
Yeah, he knows.
So he can just work it out, and he's got like an
Yeah.
office and everything like that. And,
Yeah, yeah,
He just
naturally. Lab coat.
He just like pulls like the top off like his whiskey bottle, puts it in his little like dog bowl, and
Claps it up.
drinks the whiskey after a tough day at work. Has like a little sports coat on at all times as well.
Addicted to painkillers.
Yeah, addicted to painkillers. Raging alcoholic. The usual sort of thing. Couple of litters.
I'd like to see an episode where someone comes in who's allergic to dogs.
Ooh.
Will he work it out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
He's making it worse, and
the
he's
scope for that is huge.
Yeah.
So Kennel.
Does he work on dogs?
Yeah, he just does a little bit of dog work on the side.
Yeah.
Now and again. Yeah, that's and that, but
Just
like
moonlighting us. Of
moonlighting. But he tries to stay away from that because this is he's had 2 litters.
Does he
Yeah.
just do the like diagnostic work, or does he actually operate on people?
Oh, he operates on people. He helps.
Yeah.
He
Rips
helps.
the
when
flesh
he
open
needs
and
to.
just
Helps-
shakes it.
Idris Elba.
We're gonna have to amputate this finger and just
Let me make the first incision.
Kennel.
Kennel.
Kennel. All right, Jez, what do you got
MD.
for us? Kennel MD.
Okay, so I'm surprised no one else went down this path. I thought this would be.
All right, talk yourself up.
No. I
Just
just
get
thought
going.
it'd be. I thought someone would nick it because it seemed pretty obvious. Basically, I don't know whether or not it's a spin-off of BoJack Horseman or it's in the same universe, but it's 2 dog detectives, but they're humanoid dogs who have a human. He's like on all 4s and helps them solve crime.
See, I thought about this.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. So I was thinking,
Is it cartoon?
so I was thinking what I could do is work it into the BoJack Horseman extended universe and maybe have like Mr. Peanut Butter as one of the detectives, and then
For those of us who aren't familiar with BoJack Horseman, can you give me
so
a
it's
quick rundown?
about a washed up sitcom star from the 80s who's also like a horse human,
Okay.
but not like a centaur, like the reverse.
It's got like a horse
Like horse
head. and
head.
it's like a
human body.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not made mention of. It's just that's the thing.
Yeah.
But in that, like they sort of also speak to people and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
normal.
It's like the like there's every animal is also a humanoid. So
Right,
like
okay.
there's like a like he's like so he lives with like what's the guy from Breaking Bad, the character, not Bryan Cranston, the other guy, Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul, yeah.
Yeah,
But he's a
Aaron
person.
Paul's he plays a person who's BoJack Horseman's roommate, and like
Ah.
his girlfriend's is an owl. It's like all the races are just different sort of animals.
Ah, okay. All right.
It's a really I really recommend that show. It's quite funny.
Okay. So that's where we're kind of based.
Yeah. Except the person is like flipped intelligences. So the person that they've got helping them is like the intelligence of a dog.
Yep.
So they just like
And
crawl
they just
around.
yell
I don't know if
humanoid
they're naked
sounds
or
or
yeah.
like-
Yeah, I was going to say they're naked. but it's together.
No. They make dog noises.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But no, this is it's just more like dog people solving crimes with the help of a human pet.
What's it called?
I don't actually have a name.
Inspector Human?
Yeah. Come on, Jeds. You didn't come up with a name?
Well, because I thought
Very lazy.
the original concept was it would just sort of be part of BoJack Horseman. Like
Okay.
I'd just work it into that.
Okay. So you just
Either-
it's basically it's called BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, it's
Police
just-
Files
it's,
or something.
It's like season 4 of BoJack
Okay.
Horseman. I don't know. Maybe Christoph Waltz could be Rex
Yep.
because he should be somewhat German.
So
I think.
Rex and Mr. Peanut Butter
Yep.
are investigating
And
crimes
then
with the
just
dog
Could
humor.
have
Yeah.
Hasselhoff.
Maybe he can do all the dog grunting noises.
Hasselhoff could make the dog noises.
What do you think of this one?
Yeah, that's basically it.
I was very tempted to do a reboot called Inspector T-Rex.
I thought this as well.
Yeah.
But like, what's the...
Yeah.
how far do you go?
Explains itself, really.
It's the same that a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Is it in the prehistoric period, like Jurassic period, should I say?
No, I reckon just exactly the same.
Just
the
they've got a
T-Rex
giant
instead
T-Rex
of,
just cruising around.
a German
Sort of
Shepherd. Yeah.
Just crushing the crime
Jeez,
scenes.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that kind of ties up the reboots there. I think we've worked our way through BoJack Horseman season 4 and Top Dog and Kennel and
Inspector Rex.
I can't remember what yours. I can't wrap my head around still.
Hound Dog
Day. Right. Okay. Hound Dog Day. Jesus. But final thoughts on Inspector Rex, Jez. What did you sort of take away from this viewing?
It's like a police show with a dog in it.
Really not a lot to it.
No, that's it.
Yeah, which is why I can see why your reboot was a little bit less thought out this time around.
You should do the review on the front of the DVD covers. It's a police show with a dog in it. 2 stars. Jeremy Wiseman.
It's probably not the worst thing we've watched. To be
It's not
fair.
the worst thing we've watched. No.
It's not great, but
Yeah.
it's just a TV show.
I was lost.
I don't really like police procedurals to begin with. So
No. I like dogs, but that's about it.
So you should have just rebooted it as Rex.
Well, I would
Just lose the inspector, lose the crime.
just Rex,
and
just Rex
dog
cruising
for
around.
40
I mean,
minutes.
I feel like
Dog.
I watch a little bit of SVU, Law and Order SVU occasionally. I find that pretty interesting. So I reckon you could make that show pretty interesting if you had Rex,
dog.
Chuck Rex in there with
but
Stabler
it
and
immediately
Benson,
just
or Benson
lowers the.
Munch out, Rex in.
No, I like Munch.
Okay.
Get rid of one of the other.
Ice-T out?
No, Ice-T's still in. They always had like another detective, like Adam Beach and Dean Winters played a random detectives at different time. Get rid of them. They're
Alright.
nothing.
Oh, so you just have like a C or D plot that was a dog.
yeah.
Each episode.
And just be like walking around the
focal
street, just
point.
going to hot dog stands and just talking to random suspects.
Barking at him.
Dun dun. Scott, what are your sort of closing thoughts on Inspector Rex?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go and watch any of it. Not in any small part because it's very difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah,
Well, season 1 is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
check it out
that's
if
true.
you want.
yeah. I mean, the production values are pretty low for season 1. So.
And then
Yeah.
it's been ported to YouTube, so it's got some
With
giant
watermarks
watermarks.
all over it. No expense spared at the incomplete series.
Yeah. What about you, Aaron?
Much the same.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's okay. It's not the worst show we've watched, but
It's an Austrian police show with
yeah,
a dog in
it's
it.
very middle of the
I
road.
don't know
That's
what
it.
we expected, but here we
That's
are.
what we got.
Exactly. As always, as well, if you guys listen to us via iTunes, please jump on, give us a rate review if you can. Jeremy, where can people find us on social media?
The Incomplete Series on Facebook, at Podcast TAS on Twitter,
And the same on Instagram.
Incomplete Series on Instagram.
You can also head over to our website, theincompleteseries.com. As of today, we're also launching a Submit Your Own Reboot page on the website. So if you've heard our reboots for any of the episodes, reckon you want to give one a crack, jump in, fill out the form, might read it out on the show. We'll probably read it out on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
And same on the website. Jump to the suggestion box. Give us some ideas for some new shows.
We always love new shows, and we've had some really good suggestions. We can't even ever go past Baywatch Nights, which
No.
has spawned Spacehawk Nights, because we've got some pretty sweet merch for that now. So
We do.
yeah. But look, thanks for listening. Thank you, Jez.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Aaron,
Thanks, Moggs.
and thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Morgan.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you soon.